Good golly, Miss Molly. We're on a live on Instagram. Holy guacamole. I want this person to join me. How do I do that, Instagram? Hi guys, thanks for taking the trip over here. Appreciate ya. Hi. Adelie, did you get a notification?
Hey,
Huh.
I forgot it goes this way.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think it changes once we have the third person on.
oh, oh,
Hi, guys.
hey.
Psychic Gem Spirit Messages. I just saw all your comments like right before I came on here. Hi, guys. Hi. Thanks for hopping on over here. I'm just looking for Moss.
Oh my God, I've missed these so much. So
Whoa.
much. It was so long ago
Oh,
I must
I
have.
think, yes, I got it. Moss is coming on.
Yes, Mom. Oh, oh, what is the point of that?
Hi.
Hey!
Hi.
Yes, I'm in finally. Hi.
Hey!
What's up, babe?
I'm okay. Very tired. Sleep a lot, but I'm okay.
Kate, your chair creaking sounds like it's underwater, like a boat. Actually, it sounds like when you and I were in that session, Moss, when we were under that ship, and I couldn't tell if we were like
Yeah,
under Earth, ocean, or in space or whatever, and it was like crick, 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 crick.
that's exactly.
That doesn't mean don't move,
I
Kate.
don't want to move. No, I don't want to move.
Kate's like her face. She's like,
Okay.
Don't move.
Now you have to
I can
sit still forever.
see.
guys, I want Kate to be as uncomfortable as possible. Everybody say something about her chair. I'm just kidding. No, it
I'm just
sounded like
kidding.
the same because I didn't hear it with my physical ears. I heard it, clear audience or whatever. I heard it with the so to hear it like that, I was like, oh my God, that's the sound. Yeah. The Lady God 666 says we like the ship ambiance.
Okay. ASMR ship ambiance.
Ship realness.
Yes. Bro, how do
Yes.
I get the fucking filters to go away? Okay, there we go. Sorry. I was like, yeah, trying to mess with that.
Okay,
Are we on?
Moss.
Yeah.
What? I don't know. Oh, Kate's already going in.
Oh. I
Kate's
was
like,
like, shit.
where are we?
We're in a
Let's
ship, guys.
go.
We're going on a ship. Trip.
So Moss is a seer and a feeler. I
Okay.
think I have to sit this down.
What? The.
The phone, it's like wait, because I'm using the thing that Sarah Abby gave me, and it makes the camera like way up there. And if I'm on the top square or rectangle or whatever, I had to like put the phone down. That's all.
Oh. Sorry. I thought. Thought it would flip it. That flips it.
Kate, what
Cool.
are you doing?
So you're in and out?
I want to know what all the things do because I haven't been on Instagram. So what does this do? Oh my god.
Ooh, what does this button do? Kate, we are on a live.
Good thing I figured it all out. Okay, ready to start the live?
Boss, do you know what you specifically want to work on?
Well, there are
Did you
three
have anything
pillars,
in mind?
a lot of course, but there are three pillars in my life. They're not going well at the time. That's it. I don't have friends at the time. I just have one girlfriend. I don't have a love in my life, and my practice, my healing practice. But
That's probably all connected if you're thinking of speaking at the same time and you also called it the three pillars in your life.
yes,
So that kind of gives direction.
yes.
I read someone's guide that was 3 pillars one time.
What guide has three
Uh-huh.
pillars? Okay.
Yeah. But keep
And
talking.
and now I'm in the mentorship. I know, and I know now by now that we work, especially mine, with a lot of layers. So I don't know where to start.
At the beginning. A
Yeah.
very good place to start.
Is
Yes.
Europe. I got the
Somewhere.
European flag, and it's in Poland.
Poland.
Uh, okay. So I'm getting shown a bunch of things. It's like the flag went to Italy, specifically Sicily, and then it was like, this is Poland. And I was like, that's Italy. And it was like, no. So something about alignment, something about we have to go back to the Giants.
To the Giants.
Okay. I just like how I get 10 million different things, and sometimes it is not clear. Spirit of the highest good, please activate Kate's Bakava healing to all this, Cast a Tangling Roots healing to all this, and Kate's Sorting Foam healing to all this. Thanks. Okay, so the 3 pillars to you is that friendship, and what are the other 2?
A love and my healing practice.
Awesome.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Okay. So that's what's most important in your life.
Yeah. I
So
want to
that's
go there
why.
again. It's a long. Everything is silent at this moment for a long time, and I want to dive into that again.
Have you ever been to Italy or Poland?
Yeah.
Okay. It made me see like all right, so my husband's from Australia, Kat
Hmm.
is from Florida, I'm from Louisiana, and then Ben is from Mexico. And it's like, what did we do? We pulled it all together.
Yeah. So like when you first said Italy and Poland, I was like, oh, that's part of her 3 pillars. And then I was like, well, maybe I've got connections in Italy and Poland. And I was like, not really, though. I mean, like, they're strained connections, like people I know or whatever. And I was like, so it doesn't have to do with me. But then you brought up the friend group and pulling everybody together. So none of us, like where we live now, where Kate's from Louisiana, I'm from Florida, like she said, Shaden is from Australia, Ben is from Mexico. This town that we live in Florida, we have no family here besides us, our friend group. Um, we and my kids,
Hmm.
but other than that, and our animals. But we don't. We're not from this area. So when she's saying Italy and Poland with the 3 pillars, it seems like possibly pulling those people together. And I know it's like, oh, but I want a friend in the physical, I want a friend right now. But we didn't have each other. I was alone. Kate was alone. Shaden was alone. Ben was alone. We were all alone. And we weren't even necessarily looking for a group of people. Um, I think the reason we found each other is we got okay with being alone.
I know as soon
And
as I was like, if I wasn't born with another person, then why would I need another person? And then they showed up. My husband showed up.
And I definitely was stuck in that whole like soul kind of like internal burning love kind of thing, like a fulfilling partner. Um, Once I let that go and realize that like we create our own magic and we can connect on a soul level with anybody, that's when our friend group formed, was right around that same time.
Yeah, but for me, I've gone through this for long years, and now I'm deliberately chose a solitude life because I had a lot to heal. So I did, and I
Yeah, but
worked on my.
Los, I'm going to cut you off because, and I'm going to let you talk, but I am going to cut you off, but you chose a solitary life. We didn't choose one. Does
But
does that
what do you mean?
make any sense?
No? What do you mean?
Um, we didn't say I'm going to be alone. We didn't say it's equivalent to like we didn't say we're going to go on a diet. We didn't say
No, but
we're not going to drink, we're not going to smoke, we're not going to be alone to heal. We just were alone.
no, but I didn't do it on purpose. It was like born like that because when I started to set my boundaries, I lost a lot of friends, and that was okay with me.
Me too.
And
Okay.
and it was natural, and I was feeling okay. This I can work with this too, and I was learning to be alone and to be happy alone. I'm perfectly fine alone, really.
If you set your boundaries, you do realize they weren't your friends if they didn't stick around, right?
Yeah, of course, I know all
I
that, and that's no
know you're
problem.
very smart. I'm just saying the things.
Yeah, so I know I lived through that, and that's not an issue. But um, I want to step into the world again with all my abilities and everything. And I want even one friend on a level I can really connect with will be so wonderful. And to start with my practice would be also wonderful. The main thing is I'm very happy alone. I'm here. I have my kids. Everybody's doing okay. But I'm sitting here and that's a waste, you know? It feels like that.
You ever thought about making videos, Mos?
Not yet because everything I do, I like to create. I really do. But I always create from my inner drive, something in my soul. It's touching me. So, and if I have that, I wrote, I make art, I can do everything. But it has to come from the inside. And I think that I thought of that a lot. And then I don't know, do I have to in English? Do I have to in Dutch? But I don't have an inner drive to make videos. So I don't know
It was just
what to do.
reach a larger place. So it just makes me go, we can do the healing to bring the friend group together and all that kind of stuff. But where's the physical action? You know?
Yeah,
Like how are they going to find you?
yeah,
How are
exactly.
you going to find them?
It's gonna have to be first, right?
But when you talk about not having that drive to create, Kate and I have that all the time. We
Well,
get in places where we don't, like, even if I'm posting 5 videos a day, I'm not myself. If I'm posting 20 a day, I'm feeling like me. There's
mhm.
creative drive there. But even the ones when I, like Kate and I will still do the thing where it's like, holy crap, I don't feel like she has like a thing full of drafts of ideas and she'll be like, I don't know why I don't want to post any of these. Because if it doesn't, like you said, come from that core, come from that creative place, it just isn't natural. It's not authentic. It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's very important to me.
Mm. Well, I wait for it. Like all of my drafts are notes. They're
Mm-hmm.
not videos. Like I'll put my hand over the camera and then I'll type. So I wonder if you write stuff out. Does that make any sense? Like, does your creativity come from any kind of writing, or is this writing in your head, like a script in your head?
No, usually when I write or create, usually I went through something, and then it's like I just I sit and do, and that's not a problem for me to start somewhere. Whatever form I choose, it comes, and it's like a transform- transformation at itself when I do it. And everybody says, "Oh, what's happening with you?" And I said, "No, it's like a process, and I'm expressing myself in this process, but I'm already there. So I'll show you something, from that process I've went to, and I show it to you from an expression, but it's already transmuted. That's what I usually show. But like I said, like I said before, I live on hold for a very long time, and all these layers. It's like I don't feel an entrance or um, somewhere where the door where I go out again.
I know you hate cooking, so I don't know why your team always shoots me analogies of cooking. Um, I have no idea because I know you hate it. Have you ever prepared an onion or an avocado or have you ever prepared something you had to peel, even an orange? Have you
No,
ever done that for yourself? Okay, I want you to put yourself in front of you as if you are an onion,
okay.
okay? And chop the part off that needs to be chopped. There you go. And then put the knife away. Now start peeling off the things to prepare. Are you familiar with, in America they pass it off as an Australian thing, but it's not. It's very American. It's called a blooming onion.
Like
Are
it's
you
growing.
familiar with this? It's an onion, but they separate it like this, where there's petals, and then they dip it in batter and they dip it in a fryer. It is very American. It
No,
is
I don't
just
know it.
grease and stuff like this. Okay, but
Delicious.
it's so good. But this onion
Yeah.
that you're peeling, instead of just taking off that outside layer, it needs to be like almost pulled apart like a flower, like like blooming. And
Like the pattern.
it doesn't have to continue to be an onion, but just for this healing process of it. There you go. Yeah, you're like ripping it with your fingers, like pushing the bottom in and like pulling it. There you go. Ow.
There's something in the core.
Yeah, I really want you to eat it.
Oh. Okay. Why?
I do. It's like, and then you have to finish it. So I'm like,
Okay,
oh.
okay.
Let's take a poll. How many people have been working with Kate and she sees something and says, you need to eat it?
All of you? Great.
And we all go, I don't want to. And she's like, what do you mean you don't want to? It's so weird.
How are you gonna absorb the energy and
How are you going to
transmute
transmute
it?
it if you don't eat it?
The
Okay,
last part.
so the majority of things like we feed things to our lowest dimensional form that eats it for fuel, right? And not every lowest dimensional form is low. Some of the lowest dimensional form that'll eat that thing is on whatever dimension. Like it can be up here, it can be down here. That's why we phrase it the way we do. Well, when Kate tells the physical person to energetically eat it, their three-dimensional form is the lowest dimensional form that needs to eat it for fuel. And then we have a pocket dimension, which is a furnace room, and it's inside of all of our forms. We have a furnace room. So your furnace room, once you eat the thing, it goes down and it transmutes, and it brings that fire of creation in this case, or fire of like whatever it is. But that's why she's telling you to eat it.
Okay.
Okay.
What if I'm just sick and I really want, no, I'm just kidding. I just really want you to eat nasty shit.
She told someone yesterday to eat a slug, and they were like, or a leech, and they were like, no.
like, why? Why not? Okay.
That actually feels pretty good,
Yeah.
Moss.
Yes.
Better than
It's like
yeah.
it's nice. It's like when you make art, it's something that's so vulnerable. You don't want to show it to the world. It's something like that. This last bit. I have to buy it. I have to ingest, and usually I stop there. I don't want to show it to the world. Something like that. And I just swallowed it, and it feels good.
Yeah. Okay, so I think let's follow this trail into the creative process because I think once we get that, that might lead to the next, which that's something that you and I have definitely done in the past, and that's what Kate and I usually do too, which is just go wherever the heck
Yeah.
guided,
Yes.
and then like, because what we want, our team knows what we want,
Yeah.
so they shoot us this like obscure ass shit, and we just have to go, okay.
Fine.
I think you need to eat your art supplies.
Okay.
Like, I am so used to it now. I will absolutely.
You're starting with paint? Like oil paints? What did you start with?
I thought it was.
My mother just recently died, and she left a painting of me unfinished, and I have to finish. I have to finish this fucking painting by myself, and I don't want to. I knew she would. I knew she would die, and left that painting unfinished. I knew it. I knew it all the time. Before she died, I said to her, "You have to finish this painting."
You
Most
can't leave it
most said you
unfinished.
can't. Don't
Before
die
you
until
die,
you
before you
finish.
die. I said before you die. Everybody said, "Oh, you can't say this," because I knew she would.
On
So, and
Why do you feel like
purpose.
why do you feel like you have to finish it?
because I'm a little girl and I'm alone in this painting. Who leaves a little girl alone in a painting? Nobody does, but my mother does. And I'm finished. I'm alone in near the sea in the dunes, and I always was very, I was always curious. So I was always looking around, find something. I was going my own way, but I'm in there alone, and that feels weird.
But you were the only one there.
Yeah, why?
Because you were the only one there.
Okay, perspective. Whoever is painting the picture is also there with you because it takes two to take a camera or take a picture. Because if the little girl was alone, then she'd be taking a selfie. And she wasn't.
No.
She was on the sand in the thing.
Yeah.
So she's not, even if it's one person in the picture, they're not alone. Huh? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but it felt weird, and in the every time I see this picture, I say, oh, I don't want to see it. But every time I'm walking in a room, it's like I'm bumping into the picture. It's like saying hello. You have to do something with me.
Can you break soul contracts with having to finish it?
Okay, yeah, sure. Spirit, if it's in my eyes, good. Please release also contracts connecting to this, having to be wanting to finish this painting.
Ow.
Hey,
Ugh.
if
Please
you
release
go ahead.
all soul fragments. Please release all soul fragments connects to this. Divine justice, love, light, and forgiveness. And send them to the rightful owners at this time.
Amen. I'm just
Ooh.
kidding. Okay. If you pan to the left of this painting, so like if you go inside the painting,
Sorry.
yes,
Sorry.
Soleil healing book, yes. If you go inside this painting and you
Yeah.
pan to the left, there's a man there. And while you were doing that, those phrases, I was looking around because I was like, there's somebody else here. There's a man here. And I was like, there he is. And he has a fisherman's hat on and brown hair.
Oh,
don't know who that is, but
First, I thought it would be my father because he died very young, and I was really connected to him.
oh,
When I died, I was 2. When I died, he died in a motorcycle accident. I went through it with my soul to him, to the heavens, and I didn't understand why he was dying, and I didn't understand why he was staying because I could show him why he wouldn't go, but he went, and I didn't understand. So I told my mother every day when we go outside, we have to look for him because I know we could talk to him, and she thought that I was looking for another father.
well, it just makes me go, what is he doing here? Because you're definitely not alone in this painting,
Okay,
for one.
that's nice.
And for two, I'm really like, what are you doing here?
Hey, I have a question too. Did your parents get along?
Well, they fight a lot, but they were, how do you say, they were.
Why didn't your mom want to include him in the picture?
She didn't mourn for him for a long time. When she was about 50, then she mourned about him. It was a very painful for her. She was
How old
26.
are you in this painting?
Um, 3, 4.
He was there during that time though, yeah?
No, he was dead already.
When you were 3 or 4?
Yeah. I was 2 when
Hmm.
when he died.
He's very right there. So I'm trying to piece it together. Not like there as in like with you right now. I mean, he is, but I'm talking about in the painting on the like where the in the sand.
Does,
Can you
oh,
can you merge with that version of you?
Spirit of It's in my eyes, could please merge me with that version of me.
Can you do your house cleanse this version of you?
Spirit, please apply my husband to this version of me, and as far as I'm allowed.
he's looming over you.
What's looming?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not in a protective way either. It's like a shadowing way.
Yeah, it's because looming can be like looking over or like in a gentle way, but it was clearly like looking like this.
Like a threat?
Like a what?
A threat?
A threat.
Mm,
I keep wanting to ask him, so what are you doing here? Did he speak Dutch or English or both?
I think both.
Okay. Translate that to Dutch. What are you doing here?
We're here.
Oh, he's like, I don't know. I'm looking for something.
it feels like he came because he was called. Yeah, nosy, Yancy. I got the same kind of the same.
Oh, the chat's
Who
frozen.
summoned me?
Chat's frozen for me.
Yeah, the Instagram chat and Kate don't work out very well.
Um, so, your mom called him. It,
Oh,
okay. So, did she not want to mourn him because she, what, like told him not to go on the motorcycle or something?
yeah, he worked late at night and she didn't want him to go. So they did a round to all the children and she was crying and she didn't want him to leave. She felt it.
Mm,
Something was going to happen. She knew that he was dying when the police came.
okay. So, this seems more angry than anything. It's like, can you at least be next to your daughter in this painting? And so it seems
Yeah,
very that, like summoned, but like, but I'm not going to include you.
that sounds like my mother. She was pissed for a long time.
Hey, can you guys hear music in the background on my at my house?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It keeps distracting me and I just want to make sure.
Oh,
So it's probably for a reason. I just don't know why yet. So
I hear music in my head. I thought you were about to say, like, can you hear music in your heads? I was gonna be like, yes.
all the time,
And it's
Kate, all the time. You can.
right now, it's really overpowering, and the song is called Alone. So that's interesting too. But I don't know. It's like why would you call him here and then just spitefully take him out of the picture? I feel like you could say something in this painting, like if you merge with this version of you.
Like saying to him or to myself?
I feel like
To
you're,
him.
yeah.
Huh? To him.
You can either say thanks for being here, or you can be like, you don't have to be here, or you can actually tell your mom, why the fuck did you call him here and just not put him in the painting? That's weird.
Ja. Oké, mam, waarom heb je papa in het schilderij gedaan als je niet wil dat hij hier is? Ik ben wel blij dat hij hier is. Maar waarom heb je hem dan niet geschilderd? Dat is raar. Waarom laat je hem maar alleen?
Did you tell him to leave? Because he's walking away.
I didn't tell him to leave.
Oh. Maybe he was just waiting for your mom to let up.
My mother's still angry.
Does he feel okay? That form of him, that would be in the painting. Does he still feel guilt for leaving, like so young? When you were so young, there's a very big in that moment when you're 3 or 4. There's not recognition that you are you. Like it's before he crossed over kind of thing. It's very confused, very upset. And then when you ask him like, why are you here? He just kind of like turned and walked away. It's almost like he couldn't understand you. I don't know what this is. I don't understand what's happening.
So he couldn't literally?
No, in that painting, in that dimension, that realm or whatever, it's very convoluted. It's not.
What's
It's not
convoluted?
confused, mixed matched,
Foggy,
weird.
Cloudy.
Yeah.
It's not in the like 3-dimensional reality. It's in some weird pocket dimension of like time, and it's not connecting. It doesn't make sense.
Can you douse all of this in MEK then?
Sorry?
MEK.
MEK.
The letters MEK, it stands for methyl ethyl ketone, and it's like a glucon times 3000. So she's saying, can you say spirit if it's in the highest good?
Spirit if it's in the highest good. Sorry.
Please douse all of this
Please douse all of this
in MEK.
in MEK.
It would be like paint thinner because it's in a painting.
Okay.
That's better. There were so many layers. Is it like not an oil painting, but what's the one with like the really thick paint?
No,
It is really thick paint.
It is?
Really thick paint.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Oh. Is it like a really thick paint that's on this painting?
no, not the original one.
Okay.
But when we are, definitely.
I was gonna say not anymore.
Okay, cool.
What is it with watercolor or something? Because this paint, like the paint I saw you eating and the paint in this dimension is that real thick, like when people like splat it on with a what is that called? Yeah, with this a spatula kind of thing or spackle it, yeah. And then it's like layers of that with the waves and the thing. That's what all of this is, but the painting's watercolor. So it's really weird.
Yeah. I was earlier.
Those layers went away. They melted when you did the MEK.
Okay.
Everything seems really free to move around in. Everyone seems a lot more limber. Doesn't necessarily seem happier, but everyone can move again.
They're not stuck in time anymore.
Yeah, and he has his arm around you at least. It looks like he's posing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, there's no more shadows to get stuck in. There's no more like weird depth of confusion. Can you ask your team if there's anything else about this we need to heal, or if we can move to the next thing?
Is there anything else we need to heal about this? Or can we move to the next thing?
Spirit, please calibrate me, return me to the correct dimensions.
Spirit, please calibrate me and return me to the correct dimensions.
Ugh. Ugh. I feel sorrow, but it's not sorrow from the chest. It's like sorrow right here, like sad emotions, but it's not from the heart space. It's from thoughts, memories. Not even like in-depth memories. It's like the echo or the shadow of memories. I don't know how to explain that at all. Like memories of what could have been, but not actual memories. Does that make any sense at all? Like, dang, that would have been nice. Sucks that that didn't happen, but like more emotional. Does that make any sense? You're just staring at me, Mos. You can say it doesn't make sense.
You
It's
can
fine.
bring it forward too.
I'm not going to get mad if you're like, Kat, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh
I would actually be
God.
fine with that.
Well, of course, I had a lot of thoughts when I was younger, fantasizing when you have still a father, what he could do with you.
Can you like pull those out and just kind of release them? Like they're fine now. They don't need to go. There you go. See what I'm talking about now? Okay, thanks. Bye. Do you feel what I say now?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Who put the sandwich on the ceiling?
Sandwich on the ceiling?
You were supposed to look up. It is a Polish joke.
Again.
She's not the one in Poland.
I know.
They're coming.
I'm telling you.
Why?
It's all about the sandwich.
Food in Poland? Poland to me is like, oh no, I don't want to go there.
So that's a universal joke then. People are so mean to they put Polish people in the butt of jokes. I've known a lot of really, really, really nice Polish people.
My three firstborn, my three children, the first three, have Polish blood in their. They have ancestral line.
My kids have Polish blood in their ancestral line too, because my two oldest, because their last name's Youngren, and it's Swedish and Polish.
Nice.
Yes.
I don't really see anything else here with that, with the memory thing.
No, the memory thing, it was just that. She just needed to pull it away. Sorry. Yes, that's over.
So the next thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go to the next thing.
Good. Can you show us the next thing we need to heal on myself?
I will say you're in the driver's seat of your life. Like that's one of the things you wanted to work on, and it's very much like once Mo says to go, then we can go. It feels very like okay, and you're like, hey, next thing now, and it's like, yeah, next thing now.
I just see a bunch of footprints, and then the song "Walk to Poland" is playing, but these footprints, I don't know what the fuck this is.
Footprints in the sand?
It's like in the earth, and they look like boot prints. And then I zoomed out, and it's giants again.
Okay. I
Giants
know I
with
had
boots.
giant life.
That's weird.
Do they disappear, Kate? Like, do the footprints appear then disappear, like a shadow of a print? Or do they stay implemented in the earth? Or embedded, I mean.
Uh, it depends. It depends where they're going. Is the answer I got. But whenever I zoom out, they disappear. Like they slowly disappear. So yes, I'm
It, feel,
gonna. Huh.
it feels like it's not an entity, but just the footprints themselves, like a pathway, like lighting up a pathway, but like with footprints.
Mm-hmm.
So not like of a person. Does that? But you said they're giant.
So it's a giant life?
Don't know yet.
I don't see the giant is the only problem. So I'm like, did he walk away? Where did he go?
Oh my gosh. I've missed the chat. Sorry. The lady
Me.
God said I heard a walk to Poland when we first started.
Yeah. So it's. Oh, yeah.
What happens if we follow these footsteps?
Okay.
Wow, great answer. It said you go to Poland. Wow. I'm gonna follow them. Here, please speed this up. There's food here. Oh, is this like clues of what's gonna happen around here?
Do you like games or something, Mos?
Yeah. I like
Huh?
I like to build things.
Like
Yeah. This is
Minecraft?
definitely.
Like Minecraft?
No, more the things you go further and you can it's more the normal childhood games, you make a garden, you make it bigger, you can buy this, you can buy that, bigger house. I like these things.
All right. Stardew Valley type. Okay, girl.
You know, that thing about like making a video and you don't really feel like making a video and stuff. Um, Kate met her husband, I'm sure you've heard us talk about it before, playing Xbox Live. Like, it doesn't have to be from
Take some.
the best way to meet somebody is in the most authentic fashion possible. Like, don't go to a place in the idea to meet someone. It should be just being authentically you, and right, you agree on that as well, right? Okay. So I know, like, there's stories of people who make the best friendships in the world playing like Words with Friends even,
Hmm.
and they're across the world from each other, and that's not even something you show your face with. It's just every once in a while you go, "Oh, good move," and the other person goes, "Oh, you got me," and then you joke a little bit further. And do you do any of those kinds of things?
Nope.
Why?
I do what I like.
What do you like? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember all the games. I play a lot of games and then I'm bored because I can't go further. I know the game by now, the games. And then choose
I
another
have a
one.
question. I have a question, Mos.
Yeah.
How the hell did you discover TikTok?
I just went on it
Huh?
Just
because
went on it.
I heard it from my children, so I downloaded. I was curious, and all the from my youngest son, all the kids in the class, no, you cannot do this. I said, yeah, sure, I can. I'm curious. I want to know this. So I make an account and just watched. And for me, it was like a door open to creativity, and it was so funny. And because I was sick all the time, for me, it was like, oh yeah, it's a great another world. I can go there.
Yeah.
and a lot of inspiration and tips and about everything. Really
Like
nice.
turning our garbage bags were upside down the whole time. And that drawer under the oven is to keep your food warm. And like all these things.
Yeah.
I was so enamored by people my kids' age and a little bit older, you know, like in their teens, and all these. I was thinking of all these like multi-million-dollar companies that make like commercials for the Super Bowl or whatever, and here these kids are making these scripts and they're putting a towel on their head to indicate that they're a different character, and it's the funniest damn thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, these kids could sell these ideas for millions of dollars. They're so good. But that was the beauty of it, of course, not to do that. But it's just really interesting. So when you're not on TikTok, like the things that you like to do, what do you do?
Well, most of the time I'm not very good, so I kill time, just kill time. I was very, very sick. I couldn't do anything on the house, around the house. The garden is a mess. And when I was a little bit better, I do the household stuff. But that's about it. My three eldest kids are out of the house. I just have the youngest one. So and the last time I did art classes, but I have to be forcing myself to go there. And a lot of times I couldn't go because I was too sick. And that's my thing. That's lighting me up. So that was tough. And that's why I wanted to do this because I want to, I want to be alive again, not just waiting my life out.
But
Just,
okay, so I'm gonna say this, take this for what it may be, okay?
yeah.
One, there's a reason they say laughter is the best medicine. If you're interacting with somebody and you're laughing and you're having a good time, it sparks life inside you. It sparks creativity inside you. And also, the things that Kate and I do, yeah, she goes to her job, you know, in the airfield. What would you call that? I always forget.
Aviation? Oh,
Aviation.
aerospace? Huh?
Aviation with the aeroplanes. Um, and yeah, I have my kids, but all the stuff we do is sitting down. She's in a swing chair. I'm on the floor. I do sessions in my bed. You
Oh,
can
perfect.
do right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So if you can get the social part, and it doesn't have to be, your physical world does not have to be immaculate, because if you get that laughter going and you get that happiness and inspiration and excitement, then you get up
Yeah.
and you
I know.
clean a chair.
Yeah, I know. But that's not a problem. I was thinking today, I was when I was depressed and in a burnout, I went on Twitter. I loved it there because it was my link to the outside. I could write my stuff, and I wrote a lot of stuff what was going inside. But I did it on a way to protect myself. But most people didn't know what I was saying, but they felt it. But if I'm looking at, and it's the same way now, if I look at, I do a lot of with interactions, but I don't post as much. So today I was thinking, why is that? Why I do always commenting and interactions, but why I am not creating for myself to go to set it out in the world. That was I think today. So why is that? It's like
Well, why is
I'm
that, Mos?
yes,
Burnout.
it's like I lay out such a beautiful life, all these things and ideas and all the knowledge I gathered, and it's laying there, and it's not coming out. That's the frustration. I don't know why.
Burnout.
But the burnout was years ago.
Well, it's the after effect of the burnout.
If the creativity isn't flowing enough to do the thing, it's still burnout. It's
So that
still
means
energy conservation.
What's conservation?
Build. Saving, yeah.
Saving your energy for.
So all of the burnout healings you've already done, why don't you do them to the residual?
Say, Spirit, if it's in my highest good,
Spirit, if it's in my highest good,
please apply
please apply
all of the burnout,
all of the burnout,
healings and workings
feelings, and workings
I've done for myself
I've done for myself
to the residual.
to the residual.
And to every time I've had a burnout.
And to every time I had a burnout.
It makes me go, are you wanting to like flee whenever you do get the energy and the creative juices going? Do you want to run? What is that? Self-sabotage?
To want to run, what do you mean? Go too fast?
Does it feel like you want to flee? Yeah, like run away.
I don't understand.
Um,
If I want to create something, I want to fly away from the situation where I'm in.
it seems like whenever it's time to do something with it, right? Like whenever it's about to be done, it's like you run away. Does that sound right? Like you run away from the thing?
What thing?
The thing that you just created. Well, I guess it would be like walking away because you don't finish, right? Like you said, it just lays there.
Sometimes I'm always afraid to put it out in the world, and I'm doing it anyway. There's a lot of anxiety about it.
So you flee.
Because huh?
You flee, run, like anxiety.
No, but I put it out in the world, but I'm afraid how it will be. How do you say it? How the world
Perceived.
Yes.
Perceived. Viewed.
I'll do it anyway.
Who fucking cares how it's viewed? Oh, never mind. I care. I care how things are viewed. I can't say who fucking cares as if it's not a big thing. Because I care. So.
Yeah, it's because it's like you have created something. It's like showing your beautiful baby and everybody can spit on it. That's not a nice idea.
Eat them.
Or eat them.
Maybe not that time, Mose, but I can still think about it. Maybe that time it doesn't apply, but well, in a way, that's not incorrect. It's like they're giving you energy anyway.
Yeah. Klopt.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I know it's part of the process. If you are creating, a lot of artists are struggling with that.
Why? I want to know why creating in itself feels like a job or a burden instead of a release.
No, it's not. It's not a burden. It's like I can't. It's changed over the years because if I have energy, I have a lot of projects I want to do, but I don't have the energy. That's the problem.
Right, I understand that part, but if you love it, then you will have the energy. I'm not saying that that being sick is not debilitating. Please don't misunderstand me. I know it can be, but germs are, like I was just saying this the other day, germs are extremely real. The toll that it takes on the body is extremely real, but If we can figure out how to energetically clean our machines and our body and our creativity and all of that, then the sickness won't be as debilitating. But that's not always the case because sometimes it's carried over from genetics and past lives. There's a lot of loopholes there.
But even still, it still rings true. So from past lives, clean it off, like heal it. It's all layers. It's all a bunch of layers and layers and layers and layers.
Yeah.
But inside it, it's impossible. I mean, it feels impossible. Being in that gunk, being in the dark, being in pain, being sick.
Being burnt out.
It's insurmountable.
It makes me go, why don't you peel away the layers on your feet like you peeled away that onion?
Okay.
Wow, that's really
It
nice.
feels so weird.
Yeah. Thanks, Moses Spirit Team, for telling me that. Why are you doing it slow? Why so slow? Yeah,
Is
this
it
is
slow?
now eat them. No, I'm just kidding. Don't eat them.
Oh,
I'm just
oh.
kidding. But I think you do need to transmute them because it's you. It's pieces of you. Yeah, you're doing it. Instead of you're just throwing it back to them. Okay. Spirit Science, could please speed this up. Okay, thanks. I don't think Mose wants to see this anymore. Okay. And do the same thing on your legs. Oh, I think you have to go like one by one. Okay. Spirit Science, could please speed this up. And your ankles, and then your knees, and then your thighs.
Can you take a specific look at her knees real quick for me, Kate? Besides the layer part, like the underneath the layer part, can you look at that real quick since you're in that area?
Yes, there's two bones rubbing against each other, and I'm trying to figure out what that means. What do you want me to do, bones? You're just showing yourselves to me. Oh. Okay. What are those things that you throw on the ground and they inflate? That's what your knees just did. They were like,
What?
you have to. There's so many things that go on inside of this. So
Kate gets shown pictures. That's how they talk. And they're like, here you go. And Kate's like, cool.
Wow.
Let me tell you what I see.
Okay, so and they talk. So with the bones thing, they were hitting themselves against each other, and I was like, "Cool. What do you want to do? Like, what's going on?" And they're like, knock to come in," and I was like, "Knock to come in." They're like, "Yeah, knock to come in." So I knocked them, and then they inflated, and now there's cushion in between your knees. So that's why I was like, "What is that thing when you throw it on the ground and it inflates? A raft." That's what happened here, and I think your knees were just rubbing against their bones. Like that's how my channeling goes. So, what's that? What's joint fluid? Synovial fluid? Spirit of Science, could please infuse Moses' knees with the correct divine amount of synovial fluid. Let's be that. Where did your muscles go in the first place? Muscles. Where did your ligaments go? The cartilage. Where did they go in the first place? Like, what happened?
He said 4 or 5 words that I don't know in English.
Where did your knee stuff go? Where did all the stuff go?
It doesn't make sense, Kate, the way that you're phrasing it.
Where did the knee cushion inside of your body go?
What happened to your knees when it first started being bad? What happened to them where they weren't flexible or comfortable? When did they start getting sore? What happened to them?
Um, I was falling through my knees. Couldn't stand up. Couldn't walk anymore. When in my life, what happened in my life?
Yeah.
Well, it was after, in this country, we had a big fraud from the government, and I was targeted. And after that, had a big depression, and I got money for, how do you say it?
Like compensation?
Yes, that
Hmm.
happened. So I had basically a lot of stress of it, and when it came, it was like a big relief. And then suddenly you feel everything in your body because you're relaxed. Then it started. I was about to start my own practice, and then this happened.
I wonder if some of your creativity stuck back then too with what you were gonna do and then the loss of that not happening. Because sometimes like weight issues or uh, the way people perceive weight or age or different things like this get stuck in a time period where they were like, this is what I'm going to do with my life. And then that thing doesn't happen. And that part of them gets stuck in this time bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Can you merge with that version of you?
Spirit, please merge me with that version of me.
Can you kind of like give her an idea to let that go or like break soul contracts? Break soul contracts with what you perceive is your path.
Spirit, please release any soul contracts connected to this. Ik dacht dat het mijn toekomst was. En let alle zielfragmenten los daarover. En dit is in liefde, licht, vergeving, goddelijke vergeving.
And then can you light up pathways for that version of you?
Please light up pathways for that version of me.
And put roadblocks and pathways not meant for you?
Please put roadblocks on pathways that are not meant for me.
And is there anything that you can do to prevent being targeted?
Not on my end.
Yeah, take the
Okay, can you
target away.
yeah, take the target away, activate shielding, try that for now.
Eat the target. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Now I want to keep saying it.
I can't concentrate like this. Please, Spirit, please take the target away. Do all the prevention and the protection, healing, and workings. What else?
Like like a not just a shielding, but a way that like makes you almost invisible.
Make me invisible for the government.
And then also take away the power they have over your well-being, your physical, your mental.
Okay, please, Spirit, please take all the power they had over me, on my physical, on my welfare, on my money, my security, my feeling safe.
Ow.
Put it back in
That
your own
hurts the
hands.
back. Yeah, put it all back in your hands. It's like this.
Put it all back in my hands,
Mm-hmm.
Cleanse and
both of them.
purify it, and
Cleanse
then
and purify it,
infuse yourself back with it.
and infuse myself back with it.
Yep.
Actually feels really good.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Okay. What else does she need to do for this form? Allow your did we do foundation to form before your past crumbles?
After this.
Please allow my form.
Foundation?
Allow my foundation
Sorry.
before my past crumbles.
The pain's getting less. Your back was very sore when we started this, but it's like it's moving a lot more freely now.
Yeah, correct.
I have a question, Mos.
Yeah.
These days, do you only have good days when you and I have a session?
Yeah.
And the days in between, they're not good?
Yes.
What? I want that to not be that way.
Oh, then it's something in her sleep.
Okay, what in her sleep needs to be adjusted? Does she need to just copy and paste what she just did for this form of her to her dream realms and...
Nightmare realms.
Okay, say, Spirit, if it's in my highest good,
Spirit, if it's in my highest good,
please copy and paste my power back, protections,
copy and paste my power back, my
preve-
protections,
prevention, and cleansing
and
healings
cleansing healings
to my dream realms,
to my dream realms,
my nightmare realms,
my nightmare realms,
my astral pathways,
my astral pathways,
and anything else that holds my energy
and anything else
imprint.
that holds my energy imprint.
Hey, Mos, have you ever merged with your dream realm self and nightmare realm self?
I'm not merged.
Oh, I think you need to.
Okay.
So just say, oh, sorry, Spirit, if it's in my highest good,
Spirit, if it's in my highest good,
please merge me
please merge me
with my dream realm self
with my dream realm
and
self
nightmare realm self.
and nightmare realm self.
So your dream realm self was like, and your nightmare realm was just powerful, just like, it's very interesting.
Daddy energy.
Yeah. Oh, calibrate us and return us to the correct dimensions.
Calibrate us and return us to the correct dimensions.
Hell yeah.
And activate all of your shielding and guardian stuff needed.
Activate all my guardians shielding stuff I need.
To dream realms, nightmare realms,
To dream realms, nightmare realms,
astral pathways, and energy imprints.
astral pathways, and energy imprints.
Conducive to what I need.
Conducive
No, conducive to what those forms need.
Conducive what those forms need.
Okay. Your pelvis adjusted. That's all. Yeah.
Usually when I work with Mos, the whole time my legs will be like energetically buzzing and warm. But we finally figured that one out last time, and I didn't feel that during this. I felt a lot of back stuff in this one. That feels really good. Even you're going like this now, just kind of like stretching out.
All right. It feels very
Okay.
complete.
So will you let me know after your night's rest how you're feeling?
Yes,
And we can and check in. It's okay if I share with Kate too, because she, will want to know.
I was here and did things. I want to know.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Mos. It was good working with you.
Nice.
It's fun.
Yes,
And
very nice.
thanks, guys, that came over from TikTok to hang out. We appreciate you.
Even though I couldn't see the chat, I love y'all.
Bye,
I love
guys.
y'all. Bye. Remember to disconnect.
Bye.